So, previously on D, previously on Lost, previously on D&D, you guys were separated, achieving a chain of events in an attempt to thwart me and my ever so punishing time plan. And so Lulan warp stoned to Lazarus, where she intended to take ship. However, Lazarus was still deeply enrooted in its coup d'etat between Lionbeard, Ducky versus Caitlin, with her champions Dravik and Miranda. Reiner arrived in the nick of time, killing some crossbowmen that were overhanging off a roof, trying to assassinate Caitlin. And then Dravik began his engagement with Ducky. Meanwhile, north of there, at I believe Kirkwall, or no, Maidentown. Wait, let me just check the map.
Isn't it middle?
Maidenhead. At Maidenhead is where Angel bumped into Henry and his entourage of knights, 300 strong, alongside Rob, Trebuchet Tom, and I think that's it. And so Angel and Willow are currently resting there with their 12 elven bodyguards. Then to the very far northwest is where our protagonists Freya and Voltrim are currently entering the boundaries of Northsgard. They've just bumped into Dondorian Winters' merchant army, which is about 500 heavy armored dwarven longbeards. These are veteran soldiers, probably some of the best of Winter's Breath. Winter's Breath, Winter's Hold, Winter's Breath. Some of the best warriors he's got. Obviously, his entire goal with going to Northsgard is that many merchant lords live there, and the trade between Northsgard and Winter's Breath has always been ever flowing. And he has a great relationship with Bane, the Lord there. And so that was his mission. And so Rykar/Voltrim and Freya have journeyed there with the purpose of going beyond Northsgard to Marketh, the former Star City, where this supposed necromancer lord has taken a keep for his own. Of course, Northsgard's current problems is that they're being constantly raided or attacked by whoever's working for this lord. There's whispers in the wind that he's got an army of one to an army of like hundreds of thousands. No one really knows. All you do know is that the Knights of the Silver Tree were on their way there, or perhaps have already got there. Now, Freya's father's with you, which is Caspian Elisar, alongside Leif, his general and commander, and 300 elven rangers. Any questions?
How is Leaf kind of sweaty after the long ride, or is he?
He's like it's just been raining, so he's just brushes his hair back.
He's quite moist,
like almost tightening it into like a tight ponytail that he wrings droplets from his hair.
Nice. Thanks, man. Just wanted to check that for my imagination.
Any other questions? No, we all good.
I have a question. So in Maidenhead, I've been searching through all the character profiles and I couldn't find his name. What's the king's name of Maidenhead?
There is no king in Maidenhead.
Oh, I see. That would be why I couldn't find that.
Yeah.
Who is the king of Midland?
The king of Midland is Victor Trost, who lives at Middengard. You probably got confused there because it's got an M in it.
Victor. Let's find him.
Trost. So if you go on notable characters and scroll up, there's like a Midland section where it's Jenna Fritz is Maidenhead, so she's currently where you're staying. She's the lady. Bane Tunridge is of Northsgard, and Victor Tross is the king of Midland.
All right, cool.
We all good?
Yes.
Okay, so because we have no Reiner today. We will be skipping the Lazarus story, but for future reference, the events unfolding at Lazarus are happening at the same time as today's session.
Okay.
Just so we're all of that understanding. So actually, we will start straight away with Angel Fernandez and Willow. So Angel, you awaken to a beautiful winter's morn. The snow outside is settling, but only gently. Like it's more of a frosty grass, with the morning dew is like freezing. Snowflakes kind of dance through the air, and you have a little bit of a chill. So you pull up your cloak that
Jeffrey
Bowman gave you.
I hold it tight. I hope Jeffrey's okay. It's been a long time since we've seen him. Months even.
Yeah, it's been longer than that, yeah. Almost half a year, maybe. So as you're thinking that, like Willow kind of pushes past you and starts poking at the fire that's outside your tent when Trebuchet Tom walks over holding a pan of sizzling sausages and some burnt bread and cheese. It's good to see you, my old friend! As he gestures the pan onto the fire in front of Willow. And he embraces you in like a bear hug.
Oh, my good friend. My goodness, let me just say, seeing you with that pan, somewhere Bob is smiling.
Of course, though I believe it's Reiner that owns the actual pan.
I know, and he has done us a delicious meal, many a time that has got us through many tough ventures, but I do not forget that you, Trebuchet Tom, one of Fat Bob's closest allies, and I'm sure he's proud of you.
He died so that we may live. To his honor, and he like holds up a bit of bread to you.
I readily take it.
You need all the substance you can get. The ride north is long and cold. Will you be joining us for it, or riding on ahead with your elven steeds?
Are you coming up to Middengard as well?
A slow approach. We're still waiting for the King's Sword, Alexander. He's running behind somewhat, but he's supposed to be here within the days, or 2 days.
I think a lot of the time I'm very hasty, and in this one instance, based on prior experiences, it would be foolish to leave not only you behind, but for us to go ahead alone. There's strength in numbers, and I think we will travel alongside you, just in case.
Well, perfect. I'll never forget the ambush that Rob and I saved you from along the river.
Precisely. There was a question I wanted to ask of you. Up ahead on my prior journey near the Church of Solace, there was a lot of strung up bodies.
Yes, I remember.
I was wondering if there was any news on that location at all. I've been fairly preoccupied.
Well, the Church of Solace is a monastery town. It's home to maybe 100,000 people. It's almost the size of Middengard itself, though it doesn't look it in stature. You see, it's built on a multi-layered hill. Each walled part of that city contains thousands and thousands of people. It almost governs itself, but supposedly the Archbishop or the Father there is supposedly meant to respond to the King of Midland, though from what we saw, that barbarity was not held back. They do it differently here. Of course, you'd know that. You've been to Middengard long enough. Although you're Ancian true and true, I can see it in you.
Well, I just wanted to, just in case there had been any sort of big events that had occurred there. But yes, I'm happy to travel.
None that I've been made aware. He kind of points over, and you see like Rob. Although Rob is taking this King's Guard duty really seriously, he kind of hasn't even noticed you as he's busy like laying out orders, like talking about digging ditches, putting in more spikes. He's got his short hair now. He's like got shaved either side of his hair, and like a big bushy beard. Tom nudges you. He has been talking about digging trenches. We might as well have a walled settlement here, if the Lady Fritz will allow it. But in all honesty, we'll be leaving in 2 days. Still, he sees danger in every corner.
I'm gonna go and nod goodbye to Tom and head over to Rob.
Tom gestures goodbye as him and Willow sit down to eat.
Rob, my good friend!
He turns. Ah, Angel, my apologies. I had heard you had arrived. He like offers you his hand and like kind of shoulder bumps you and pats you on the back.
Oh yeah. Rob, I can see you're taking defences particularly seriously, and I'm gonna look to left and right. Are we to have any sort of privacy?
The soldiers have left now. Yeah.
Are you particularly concerned of an incoming threat, or are you just being extra?
I think it's better safe than sorry. We were told to only bring 300 men, and Victor Trost has always had his eyes on Ansia. There's no doubt about that. Marrying his sister off to our former king is one example of that. So perhaps he would strike at us now, kill King Henry, claim it was revenge for his sister's death, and then bring Ansia under his throne. But I think it's better safe than sorry. Henry and Tom don't believe me, but I think, you can never be too cautious.
I'm gonna side with you on this one. We freaking killed her, and he doesn't have any evidence to suggest that was a good idea at the moment, so...
Well, from what I've heard, she was long dead when you arrived.
I previously attended a dinner just last month, which also didn't end very well, and didn't have many precautions, so please, however I may be of aid, let me know.
Well, excellent. I'll perhaps ask you to run with the scouts from time to time. I know you're a keen rider and an excellent swordsman. Besides, every man here knows of the champions of Ansia, and it will raise morale.
Well said. Would you care for a sausage and beans?
I can spare a moment. He nods over to Tom, and Willow's just chowing down on a chunk of a hunk of loaf bread.
Now, for this day, I know previously in the actual city of Maidenhead it was too far away, but is there a Robin's drop point anywhere where I can check mail or send messages?
Yes, there will be, yeah.
Can I
So
go
we could say that you ride out with the scouts and take a little detour.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
There's 3 men behind you as you ride across a frosted meadow.
I just need to take a leak, lads.
As you walk, there's an old ruined hut that perhaps farmers lived in 100 or so years ago. And you walk in, and in the wall, the moment you walk in, the wall kind of illuminates, and the pattern of the robins appear, and the brick kind of slowly slides out.
I would like to check what's inside.
So Angel's inventory starts spewing open, papers start flying out.
I'm prepared for it this time. Can I have my cloak ready to we'll catch them all?
Loads of letters come through.
Bloody Hogwarts over here.
And the most prominent one and the last one is from Clara.
Okay, I'll read that.
It says, "Dear Angel, understandably and undoubtedly you have forgotten to check your mail. And so please ignore the 17 letters prior. Ash and I will be journeying to Northsgard under the command of the king to aid his knights in discovering what is happening in Marquette. We are to go beyond the fortress outside of Northsgard and to go to Marquette directly with the Knights of the Silver Tree. Angel, Tink has found something near the Tower of the Robins. Daijin commanded a dig site, and we recovered ancient elven ruins, Eldar ruins, perhaps older. The way is locked, and then scribbled, P.S. Check the letter before."
I'm going to check the letter before.
You unravel the next scroll before it. "Why will you never reply? Please, for God's sake, learn to check your mail."
Is this scribble?
Ash says, "Yeah, this is from Clara."
It's
Clara.
I'll read
it. Ash says you're a fool for never checking your mail, and that I should be with him. I don't believe him. He's just bitter. The Knights of the Silver Tree arrived and were bringing a large brazier made of ornate lapis lazuli and silver, almost like a giant goblet. It seems to fit directly into the ruins that Tink has found. Is this a key? Question mark.
Okay, I'm gonna write.
Are you looking at your mail right this second?
Because it's magic, isn't it? Or is it? I'm gonna send that and just send it across. Wait for a reply.
A reply comes. It's from Tink.
What does it say?
"Angel, finally. I've been trying to reach you for 3 months. We've discovered something in the fort with the silver tree, located between us and the silver tree, built into where the old ruins used to be. Below it, Eldar ruins? Question mark. Still digging. Silver Tree found something in Lake Town that caused chaos and destruction. They brought it here. It seems to be a brazier of elvish or ancient elvish design. Perhaps, is this the first flame, or would hold the first flame? The inscription and around its base and the size matches that of the ruins. It fits. I've placed it there with guards. Nothing happened. It now sits in the quarters of the Silver Tree under guard. Yours sincerely, Tink. P.S. What's been happening?
Alright. I'm going to reply and say, Hi, Tink. Sorry for the inconvenience. Was a bit busy. Before anything else, I have an urgent objective for you. Which is, stop doing everything that we're not completely sure what's going to happen with it. Until we get people over there who know what they're doing. Secondly, has Clara and Ash already gone? If not, please tell Ash that his depth perception is poor due to his one eye and that he can't read good. Please laugh. Number 3. Unfortunately, Willow lost her arm in a battle with Harkin. Don't bring it up when you see her. She's still a bit sore about the subject, but ideally, I need you to start working on some high-tech assassin arm-related weapons for her to make her feel valued. We'll be on our way soon. Love, Angel. P.S. Please start constructing an engagement ring for Clara. Kiss.
Oh.
And I'll send that off.
A reply comes. What do you mean her arm's been cut off? Who is Harkin? What is happening? Get home right away. We'll begin construct. Keep an eye on her. Grandfather gave us the responsibility to look after. I know she's a stubborn mule. Congratulations. We'll begin construct on ring after Willow's arm. I will keep an eye. Wait, what was the other thing? Sorry, I got distracted by the engagement.
Stop doing everything we don't understand, like putting relics
very
into
well.
stuff.
King is interested in your arrival. Has visited multiple times. Wants to discuss with you. Also, when will these people leave? And he writes a bullet points of names. Tomaway, Lightning McQueen, Blacksmith from Ansia. They are eating our supplies and drinking non-stop. Tomaway's men rule the docks now. Won't let me go fishing.
Did he say love Tink?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This will be my final reply. I'll say... Actually, it probably won't be. I'll say, when was the last time you saw the king? Because I'm actually waiting to see him right now. With King Henry, the true king. Don't tell him I said that. And B, I'll tell you about Willow later. It's just a big deal. And 3, don't forget to make the arm, because you didn't say you were going to start. Love, Angel.
Dear Angel, I did send fact say I was going to start on the arm.
Oh, I checked my
If
phone.
you're going to read the letters, read them properly. Lol. Does this mean lots of love or laugh out loud?
He's such a granddad. Thing. Oh, I sent him a new one, even though I haven't finished reading that one. Has Clara and Ash actually left yet? You didn't answer that. Oh, we did.
Yes.
Shit.
Weeks ago.
Shit. Alright.
Don't swear.
Send him a message. See you soon, lol. Kiss
See
him.
you soon, my boy.
Oh.
Lots of love, Tink. P.S. Give Willow a big hug from me. Try not to die.
Okay, I'll leave it there.
As you get out, like your
Can I
bag
send
kind of
Clara a
rustling.
message, actually?
Yeah.
Hey, Clara, can you see this? Kiss. No, she's a bit busy. Wait a tick. I'm going to stop messaging Clara and I'm going to message Tink again. You mentioned Daishin. No, shit, I'm going to cross that out. Clara mentioned Daishin. I'm going to start talking to Clara and say, you mentioned Daishin in your letter. Isn't he or she that ancient elf that I've heard about? What the hell? Tell me more. Don't die. Don't do anything stupid. Why are you marching to Northgard without asking first? Not that you need my permission. You're an independent woman and can handle yourself.
I imagine Angel's talking out loud, and the three guards are just like peeking into the house.
Love you lots, Angel Fernandez. Keith.
The brick like seals back up, and your bag's now full of letters. As the guards wait outside with your horse.
I'm gonna keep the letters from Clara. I'll destroy the rest.
Yeah, nice.
And then I'm gonna head outside and be like, "Gah! Finally, I've been holding on to that one. Finally, drain the old basilisk, as you will. Shall we be on our way?"
Yes, Commander. Let's go. As they offer you your horse.
All right. I'm gonna look at my horse. What does my horse look like?
It's a brown maple steed. 4 legs, tail. Its mane is like braided into 3 different dreadlocks.
Tastes amazing.
I'm gonna
test it.
brush the horse and be like, I'm gonna look after you. We're not being too kind to our horses. And get on. And I'm gonna ignore that and set off.
As you ride back to camp, the affair is like in uproar as like more soldiers have arrived. So more soldiers
that was
arrived.
such a good tune, though.
More soldiers arrived at camp. A giant man, like he's quite a plump knight, dismounts from the lead of the column. His armor is almost fashioned in that of like an onion. Like the breastplate is quite round to keep all his fat in store. He's got like a quite a large pot helmet, so like a large round helmet, big gauntlets, and on his back is a double-ended mace. His helmet, in fact, has like this bristly mustache as well. And he's quite a small-statured guy, and he jumps off his horse as Rob like marches down the hill towards him with a couple of men, just as you arrive.
I'll disembark and watch from afar. There's no need to storm in just yet. If I don't.
You can hear him. He's a very loud man. Oh, I'm Alexander, sword of King Victor Trust of Midland. My apologies for our delay. We were kept back by the weather. It is fantastic to meet you, Sir Rob of Ansia, a fellow knight. And he like offers his hand, shaking, and almost Rob shaking with him. He slaps his tummy on his armor.
What do you say?
Where is this, Alexander?
Okay.
Where is this knight of which? Where is this king of which I have yet to meet? I've heard many a tale of the king of Ansia and his conquests.
Does Rob respond?
Yeah, you can't hear Rob. You're far enough away. That's how loud this man is. Excellent!
Can I do a quick
Let's
perception
go.
check to just make sure there's no sort of ambushes going on with this guy arriving?
None.
The
None.
trees?
There are 300 knights of Midgard, all bearing the crest of like the kind of like a burning fist that is Victor Trost's. All of them are dismounting and like pitching their horses where the Ansian knights are showing them. They all seem a bit like weather beaten, like they've been riding through quite a bit of rain and snow that you've seen in the past couple of weeks. And so none of them are brandishing steel. Everything's scabbarded and everything seems quite calm.
Do I see Henry?
Henry's, you see him leaving his tower, but you're quite far away.
I'll try and catch up to Henry. And hopefully walk along with him and hit just as part of his platoon.
Yeah, Henry gestures for you as Trebuchet Tom arrives with like a little half helm and his spear. Ah, if my eyes don't deceive me, is that a champion of Ansia, Mr. Angel Fernandez? My apologies, Your Grace, as he like does a bow to Henry. But I've heard more about this champion than yourself. Henry's like gestures and offers for you to go first.
Hello. Yes, you have heard correctly, and everything positive that you have heard is true. I am Angel Fernandez, but please, I'm a humble one, and I believe you are here to see the king.
Of course, I've yet to pass on a message should I see you. The King of Midland, Victor Trost of Middengard, would request an audience with you. But I see that we'll be journeying together, as he, shakes Henry's hand. Henry getting shook about as well. Greetings, Sir Alexander. Greetings, Your Grace. I would go on one knee, but the armor of which I wear is heavy, and I fear I'll sink into this mud. We must leave this campsite as soon as possible, or the weather is going to turn. Henry agrees and starts issuing orders to Rob and Tom.
What time of day is it?
It's early midday, 11 a.m.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Have you not travelled quite extensively? You don't need to rest before we set off, or you're happy to leave straight away?
Happy to leave as soon as possible. The sooner we get to Middengard, the better. We stopped not north of here and near Kirkwall for a couple of days. There were some events there that the king wished to discuss with the Lord. It is fairly boring the next few days' ride, but within a week or so we should return to Middengard. Should we ride hard and fast, and directly?
I would like to.
I beg your pardon?
Sounds good to me.
Well, if your grace and your knights will agree, we'll set off momentarily. I'll wait with my men. Very well, Angel, as he starts walking down the hill.
What a lovely man.
Henry turns to you. Rob informs us you'll be riding alongside us.
Hard and fast.
In these
I will serve him, you do. If you will.
in these troubling times, it just makes sense, especially with Henry on the move. After all the work we put in, leaving him not necessarily alone, but if I have the ability to defend him, why not?
Agreed. I look forward to riding alongside you.
Alright. And I get set off, gather my things, and get ready to go.
Excellent. Let us go. And as you begin to dismount your camp, the very borders of Northgard are reached by our Dwarven and Elvish regiment. The winter winds blow far more fiercely here, as Voltrim fastens his cloak more steadily upon his Dwarven mount. Freya rides alongside Voltrim, as you see before you this large city. So, for the both of you who are more used to Ancian cities, this will come as a bit of a shock to you. It's a lot more flat than some of the other Midland cities, but it's wide. It spreads out a very long way. In fact, it almost covers from one gap of the mountains to the gap of the mountains just north of northwestern Midland. This city is absolutely ginormous but stout. Its most notable feature is its giant curtain wall. So on the very northwestern side is this quite a short wall. It's shorter than the wall of Maidentown of Antia, the Antian capital, but it's about 3 times as thick as any wall as you've seen before. This possibly was Dwarven design at one point because of how just strong this wall looks. Along it is from even this distance back, you can see towers where fires are burning and guards are patrolling. Some ballistas are on the walls facing north towards Marketh. But it doesn't go all the way round. In fact, it goes about 1/3 of the way round and then becomes a thinner wall into more of a crumbling wall into a wooden palisade wall that then encases the ever-expanding city. So at some point, this city found a lot of wealth and developed quite quickly and kind of sporadically. It's got a half-dug moat and a couple of drawbridges connecting it to the mainland.
Do we know any history of the city, or when that wall would have been built? Was it?
Yeah, so it was probably built actually by the elves originally to keep various people out. and maybe on the other side of it was once another city. However, humanity settled it, expanded there rapidly, and then that was the point in which humans launched their invasion of Markef and its original Golden Lands. And obviously, Markef will be the biggest city in the world, but is now a crumbling ruin.
So it predates Marquess' fall, in other words.
Yes, yeah. I mean, humans lived there for about 300 years before Marquess fall and ruled there, but predates all that as well. You also can see that like the fields have been quite hastily sown. So like with the winters coming in, a lot of farmhands are out there. There are windmills as far as the eye can see, constantly turning, and thousands and tens and hundreds of thousands of peasants. Oh, echo.
That's,
I'm still here. I've just changed my jumper.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
echo's coming from Lauren.
Yeah, echo, Lauren.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
You just paused the music. You didn't stop the echo.
Oh, but I can't hear you.
Wait. Okay, no more echo. Cool. And so that all these farmhands are running around gathering crops. You also see loads of tents being popped up, and a substantial force of maybe thousands before you, all bearing the banner of Bane Tunridge, which is like a kind of like an arrowhead going through the moon. Leaf rides up to you guys, riding alongside Freya. We have arrived. Lord Caspian and Lord Dondorian Winters request both of you to join us at the front. The dwarves, he looks towards Rykar, and ourselves will remain here and camp until welcomed in. It's better to come as allies and not as a threat. Even on Bane's invite, there are some that may take this as an aggression. These people have fallen on hard times and are possibly a bit tetchy. Just warning you both.
Thank you for the warning.
When he thinks that Voltram's not looking, he kind of like winks towards Freya, and then rides to the front of the column.
Leaf did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaf winked.
Doesn't he wear a thing over his eyes?
Oh yeah, sorry, he does. Yeah, Lauren drew him the other day. He goes like that and pulls it down and
Yeah,
winks.
but I drew him without his thing on.
I like to think he winked and no one knew because he had
Yeah.
in his eyes.
It's actually
Thumbs
just
up.
like a full facial spasm.
Yeah. Twitch.
Stop taking this out of him!
Sorry.
Alex, bro,
Yeah.
you should feel threatened.
All right, now what
No,
do
he
you guys,
is Alex. That's the problem.
what do you
This is
guys
where
want
the
to do?
confusion gets. I'm like, what do I do? And so, yeah, he just winks at us. Is that it?
Oh well, right. He's requested you to join him at the front of the
Oh,
column.
yeah. Okay, let's go.
Do I need to tie my shoelaces up briefly and give you a moment, or?
Actually, yeah, do that.
I'll just trot
Yeah,
off.
Frey just grabs his hand and they're just kind of like intertwining their fingers.
You're on horses.
Yeah, just like reach out and just twat.
He squeezes your hand gently
Thank you. There you go. I'm happy.
Um,
I'm happy with that.
until he sees the Lord, and then immediately dismisses your hand as Cassian rides up. My daughter. Perfect timing. Leaf, thank you kindly for retrieving her. Where is Voltram? And like he looks behind you and just sees Voltram cantering slowly in a different direction. Your Grace, it will be most forthcoming if you join us in our meeting with the Lord.
Is Voltram riding an Uruk? One of those? Or is he
Yeah,
riding
yeah.
a horse?
No, you're riding a whatever we call them, yeah.
Little goat thing. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll turn, trot up and just say, oh, sorry, I got briefly distracted.
Lord Winters has already ridden forwards to just open the gates with the mare.
Mm.
As you can see, they've started gathering a fjord. I counted maybe 3,000-4,000 levies. God knows how many more knights he has willing to venture north, but these people are brave. This golden land is no longer gold. My daughter, you may remember it. We retreated this way when you were when you were 4 years old. Though the land was less polluted as you he looks behind the wall almost, because the wall doesn't come all the way, but you can see there goes from fertile land and windmills and gold fields all the way to just nothing but barren and dead trees.
So where are we standing?
At the edge of Northgard, on the south side.
Okay. Yeah, Kipre just are we near the wall? Are we next to it?
You're kind of close. You're at the drawbridge.
That's not next to the wall though, is it?
No, you're on the palisade side, so you're on the shitty wooden side.
Yeah, Kipre just looking to the distance and she's it seems fairly familiar, but doesn't feel the same.
No. I fear the city will... I fear that I wish that I'll ride through those gates and it'll look the same. When I was a younger man and your mother would be there. Our home in the street will be there. It was a modest home. We could have upgraded a lot more, but it was our home. I fear it'll be nothing but ruin now. And desolation. But journey we must. This usurper who sits on the throne of our former king must be brought to heed. You see, in the distance, this portly mare on a donkey riding out. Ah, the mare. Come. Leaf, guide the men to the camp. Let's ride. And he rides off towards just ahead of you in Voltram.
Yeah. Are we also riding as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You guys want to talk or?
Oh, let me just put my music back on. There you go.
Or ride in silence?
It must be weird returning home when you have memories of it.
Honestly, Waltram, I don't have that many memories of it. I don't really remember it that much.
True, but your father clearly does. And remembering things as they were is important, but also not holding it against the present for changing from that past is important too.
It's sad to see him hurting, though.
Yeah.
It's clearly meant more to him than I knew.
It wasn't in his control.
No, I should really go check that he's okay. He's dealing with a lot.
I'll help in any way I can as well. Just give me a nod and I'll come.
Thank you. Can Freya ride off towards her father?
Yeah, your father's kind of just marching proudly on his horse towards Dondorian Winters and the mare. My darling, why ride ahead with me? Surely you would like to ride with your friend.
Yeah. Sorry, I said that. I was gonna say yeah. And then she's like, nah, I really want to be with Leaf at the moment, but she's not going to. No, I just wanted to check that you're okay. I know that this is probably really hard for you.
Perhaps, but it is a day that I knew would come eventually. We elves are fewer and fewer in number each year, but I would like to wish that one day our people can live in Markef once more. High elf society is dwindled. There are very few of us left, and the wood elves have taken us in, but perhaps one day Oskaf will be a distant memory, and Markef will be our home once more. Perhaps you'll have a little home and family of your own. I know Leaf seems kind of besmitten with you. He nudges you slightly.
After all of this is done, Father, I want to be able to help you rebuild everything that we lost.
He stops riding and kind of takes your hands in his. We will. And I look forward to the day and the memories that will come from it, that our family brought peace back to Markef and brought it back to its former glory, father and daughter. Perhaps Niose will be so kind as to join us and be less bitter at the world.
Could Freya like hold her dad's hands and look him in the eyes and like with a serious, like kind of but a nice, gentle, serious tone, say, "Are you, Father? Are you prepared that you might lose Neose?"
He tightens his grip on you and looks at you, and he has like a bit of water in his eyes. His hair brought back into like a neat ponytail. The wind bristling at what left, like the strands that dangle from his hair. I will do all I must to protect you and protect our people. There is no question on that. I swear to you, daughter, on our bloodline and on your mother's grave, that if I cannot bring him back to the light, then I will be the one to send him to the beyond.
Like Freya tightens her grip a little bit more, going, "I don't want you to take that burden. Let me do that, and you worry about rebuilding and saving our people."
Come, let's talk on the matter no more. I wish to show you something, and the mayor will permit it. You've ridden into earshot range now of Winters and the mayor. I would like to take my daughter upon the wall briefly to show her the lands beyond. The mayor kind of looks a bit shocked. He's like, "Oh, of course, my lord. Mr. Winters?" Dondorian's like, "I am more than fine waiting. Caspian, do as you please. I see our king is shortly behind." And Riper, you arrive.
Can I join them? Because that seems really cool.
Of course, Your Grace. The mayor kind of like, you want to see the king of the dwarfs? I brought you a gift, and he offers you like this velvet cushion with this bag on it.
I guess I'll take a look.
It's a bag of like these rare gems. So they kind of shimmer and change color repeatedly. A gift from the Lord.
Who paid for this gift?
Well, no one. It has been in our Lord's family for generations. He is merely thankful that you have brought aid in a troubling time, that he had to request it. These are light stones. They will light up any darkness.
How many of them are there?
There's about 6.
Fuck, this goes against my principles as a person more than anything. You're very kind. I'll keep them for now. And I'm going to place them over the top of the book. So the book is hidden.
The book, as you touch it, you get like a shock image for your mind. And you see Marketh aflame. We're close. Can you sense it?
We are. I will say quite loudly as if speaking to someone. But...
Can Freya notice and kind of give Fulchum a look going like, "Are you okay?"
All hope
We're okay.
lies forth. Know that it will be rendered useless. But there is something I wish to discuss. Linger a moment. Do not respond to bring question or worry from your companion.
The fact you are trying to negotiate
I said don't talk,
shows
fool.
we are doing the right thing. And I'm just going to keep walking.
There is no negotiation. I merely wish to warn you. Will you linger a moment? Allow me to show you.
We're walking to the walls.
Yeah, the book's in your bag, but like, are you gonna...
He can talk all it wants to me.
You must stay stationary for this to work.
Why is that?
Because you may walk out of the dream. I'll show you an image but once, and you'll thank me for this. But I ask only the return of a favor.
Of course you do.
I'll not ask you to open me. None so foolish as that girl would do such a thing. A creator tore from me an important part to create me a sibling. That woman is near. I sense her. And I sense my sister. She is in distress. I fear nothing. I do not welcome her nor love her. But you are marching to someone who would claim us both.
Your
I'll say no
tone
more.
has changed, oh great defiler. This makes me excited. I'm going to say no more and I'm going to keep walking, not pausing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. As
And
you
I'm just going to drop you a little message, Alex, for the others.
Sure. The the mayor gestures for you to march up this like wall. It's not many steps, but you have to do about 2 flights to get to the top of it. And as your father leads the way, like soldiers kind of stand to attention that were slacking on duty and part as you walk out and look out at what used to be. In your father's eyes, for a single moment, he sees the trail to home, but it's quickly brought back to realization that before you is just a destruction and chaos. The ground itself goes from earthy mud to almost like a scarlet red, and as far as the eye stretches, it's almost like blood has just soaked into the ground. No tree blooms with life. There is a earthen path that the soldiers have carved all the way to Marquer, or at least some forts that they built near it. But other than that, before you there is just nothing. Well, my child, I know not what I expected. In the days of glory, there were flowers at every corner, and the trees were tall and full of life. Even in our creation of roads, towers, and cities, there was still nature. What is replaced here is nothing but death and destruction. I try not to blame humanity for their misguidance, but I only wish that perhaps I could go back in time and change the outcome. Maybe as my position as Captain of the Swan Knights, I had a single speck of power that could have changed this. At least I know that our people aren't hunted like vermin. He turns to you. This land will breathe once more. We must rid this world of all its rot, its chaos. That is your quest, my child. And I fear that quest will mark a heavy burden. But I see you do not walk it alone, as he slaps like a hand on Voltrim.
I think Voltrim would be looking out over it, looking at what the city has become, with like a giant smile on his face, and just like a single tear, or a couple of tears just rolling down.
Yeah, okay, Freya's also got some tears, and she's also looking into the distance, and then can she just turn and just like hug her father?
He like kisses you on the forehead. Home will be beautiful once more. If we give up hope now, then everything will be for nothing. And the humans of old will have been victorious.
You stand on the edge of near infinite potential.
Well put,
You remember how beautiful it was.
Sorry.
You remember how stunning the city that you called home was. There's nothing stopping us reclaiming that, rebuilding that,
we must
making better than it was before.
We must remove the perversion of this lord who claims himself king. No doubt Lord Bane will have all the information we need. I do not see the banners of the Silver Tree as he turns and now looks in towards Northgard. I believe they have already left. I know the Lord Bane held forts on the way to Marketh. Perhaps they are ahead of us, 3 days' ride. The nearest fort. Let's rest, gather our supplies, see what the Lord wishes to do with the army he's gathered, and then begin our adventure north, to home once more. Now go. I know you two will want to spend time gathering your thoughts of the city. Meet me at the Lord's Manor. It's the one on the rise, just over there. Me and Lord Winters will begin discussions. Your Grace? He nods towards Rykar. My child, as he kisses you on the forehead once more.
Alex, have you read the note?
Oh no, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, Frey's also going to just stay there for another 5 minutes, looking out.
As you guys stand.
I think Rykar would place his hands on the wall and just then ask Freya, how would you design it? You can see, and pointing from the gate, he'd try and lean over and try and say where the roads would go and how they'd flank it. Yeah. And kind of grand design the thing as if you're on a TV show, but just let Freya go with how she'd envisage it and what she'd maybe do.
Alex, are we on how I'm imagining it is we're on a kind of a higher point and looking down into the distance of what it's like?
Yeah.
That's how I'm kind of looking.
You can't see Marketh from where you are. You can just see the land before Marketh.
That's what I mean. You know, the nothingness of what it was. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Freya's got tears down her eyes, so she's not even going to look at Voltrum, and she's just going to say, "Can you believe that we have a chance to stop this?" She's kind of crying now. She's just we've been chosen to stop all of this.
It feels more real now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I think if we were to fight for anything, home is probably the best thing to fight for.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stand still, looking over the edge.
Home? Oh, someone paused it.
Oh.
Change that. Bring me out. Let me out of the bag for a second, for God's sake.
Hear this, by the way.
Yeah. Quite loud.
Freya's just wiping her tears and she's like, what the hell is that?
Can I move?
Yeah. I saw Marketh fall once before it was named Marketh, just the Star City. I watched it burn to ruination, just for another petty elven lord to replace. Claim it as their own and burn it once more. Vanity, classic of elvish society. What remains there now would disgust even you, child. Open me and I will show you the reality.
I burn you alive.
You know we can't do that.
No, it's still
then allow
there.
me this, then. Touch once more, and I will show you the night the city fell. Knowledge is power. Claim it. That's all you have to do. Many of your mysteries will be answered. I told you my deal. I'll show you the vision I keep within these pages, but you must bring down those who are enslaved by other pages. My sibling.
Nope.
This is the only chance I'll offer you.
I think at that point, Voltrum would lift his hammer up, undo the bit of twine that the rock he took from the last hearth, like the stone at the front of that, and if the bag has a buckle, he's then just going to tie the knot through the buckle, doubling it up so that it's not coming undone. Certainly by accident.
An interesting choice.
Do you agree, Freya?
I agree. Or I can just burn it.
The book goes silent.
Well.
Oh, that's an eventful day.
Honestly, I'm famished, Vulture. I think we should go get something to eat.
It's just going to raise an eyebrow at you.
What?
Okay.
He's good.
Let's get an ale. Let's go get an ale.
Yeah, let's go get an ale.
So as you journey down, there is the poorer district of town. So there's the King's Head, the Queen's Head.
Wait, also, are we walking, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, just before you skip, can we, as we're walking to go get our ale, can Freya just put a hand on Vulture's back and say, you know what, I'm really enjoying this time together.
So, I don't think I've had a chance to discuss this with the others. But since the completion of Voltron's armor, he hasn't tended to look like he's wearing it. So he just looks like he's wearing kind of average clothes or like a thick cloak because it's winter. But as you put your hand on it, you can definitely feel that the armor is under there. And I think turn up to you and say, yeah, I had no apprehensions about it just being us. I think I'm more apprehensive about what the others are doing. And forgot to look forward to time with friends as much as anything. So yeah, thank you. I've really enjoyed the time. You do need to tell me how the other evening went.
Oh, well, let's definitely get an ale. And I'll tell you this, you can't say anything, because if he finds out, I'll know it. I kind of, just the tiniest bit, miss Angel. But by tiny, and don't get in your head and don't say anything, because if he finds out, Vulture, I know for a fact that it's come from you, and then I would have to kill him.
Vulture's just going to start running, just be giggling.
Frey's going to be running after it, going, I don't know it's you, I'll kill him.
Without realising, you guys run into the poorer district, and the peasants walking around. You bump into one, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my lord." And you see that they've lynched 4 corpses, draped in these thick black, shaggy cloaks. In the town square, these 4 corpses hang, bloated and dead. One's missing half of its head, the other multiple stab wounds. We were just throwing tomatoes at these ruffians, the black dogs. My apologies.
Seriousness, just all the humour gone, just dead serious mode entered.
Another woman, this woman comes up. You know not the black dogs?
We've only just arrived.
The black dogs were a Midland mercenary group. This dwarf walks over, picking at a pipe. He lights it. They were a shady bunch to begin with. Ex-cons, most of them. Escapers from the Jade Sea further south, or the Ashcan Desert. There were men of multicolour, and even some dwarfs rode with them. Fierce bunch, 800 strong, last I heard. They took on contracts no one else wanted. In fact, the burning of the Jade Sea was supposedly their fault. The king had only ordered an emissary mission, though they had taken it upon themselves to burn and rape an entire village, mutilating the children. Their leader is Butch. He ain't a friend of ours. He spits at the bodies. These men snuck beyond the wall. Caused a mayhap at the inn over there. You'll find the King's Head closed. The lord, the innkeeper, he's grieving. His wife died in the fight alongside one of his chief of staff. What a good girl she was. So was the lady at the inn.
Could
But
you
you'll
take
find.
me there?
Oh, aye, lad. You'll find it just round the corner.
Let's walk and talk.
Very well. Lass, you coming with us?
Oh, can Bray just kind of...
Very well.
So we're going to the King's Head, Freya. If you want to send people our way, send them. Like, Vulture's happy to go alone, but just...
No, I'll come with you, actually.
You sure? Okay.
Not much to see here. The innkeep's still in his grieving process. Though perhaps one of the ladies there will let us in. He knocks.
Hello.
My apologies, lass.
Sorry, everyone's face just then was like...
I had no idea that was happening, but I'm so glad.
My apologies, lass. 2 soldiers here from outside of town. They've come to ask questions. Perhaps they can aid you in your quest.
Okay. And then I'm gonna open the door with a bright smile.
You'll find that people grieve in mysterious ways as he walks off, inhaling from his pipe.
Griever. I think Vulture will say to Freya.
I agree.
While you do your introductions, I'm just going to get some water.
Thank you for letting us in. Could we speak to the management, I believe?
That would be
I'm not here to make a
me.
complaint.
But if you want to speak to boss, he's a little bit sad. But if you want to speak to me, I know kind of what's going on.
Was that sad or stabbed?
Sad.
Sad, okay. I'm kind of taken aback. Freya, do you want to just...
I'm also a bit taken aback.
Bearing in mind, she's
okay, so
What does she look
do you
like?
want, do you want a description?
Oh, yeah, I was...
Yeah.
that would help.
Okay, sorry, I did send a photo to Alex a while back.
Stick it in the characters list.
Okay, right, let me save it again. And then...
What is she? Is she like a barmaid or something?
Yeah, this is her. She's called Gwynma. And
Thank you,
she's
Chester. Thank you for doing the generator.
like, she's half human, half dwarf.
Why are they all everyone so
she's-
tall around here?
She's small. Like, she's probably Voltram's height, because Voltram's tall for a dwarf. So she's about Voltram's height.
Okay.
She's a barmaid, and she sings. She's also entertainment at this tavern.
We don't know that yet. No. You've got a chance to prove yourself.
I am not singing, but my character sings.
She's
Fred,
pretty.
do you have any coin?
I do.
I've got nothing other than these rocks.
Oh, that's just
should we give
sad.
one? Should we give one to the owner?
Pretty lady. The pretty lady. Yes, Vulture.
Lady.
Pretty lady.
Hey, lady.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Out of London. Yeah. Sorry, we haven't. It's been very rude. We haven't introduced ourselves. Please call me Vultrum. And I'm accompanied by.
I'm Freya. Nice to meet you.
Oh, lovely to meet you too. I'm Gwynma. Most call me Gwen. But my best friends call me Gigi, but we'll get there maybe.
But we would love to get you on a GG.
Oh, okay,
basis.
sit here. I will get you some drink. Any food?
I thought you were close.
Oh no.
You know what,
You look
GG?
lovely.
Two ales.
I said my best friends call me Gigi. You're not my best
but
friend yet.
Okay, sorry.
Gwen.
2 ales would be great, thank you.
Okay, coming right up. I'll send the bartender. I'll send him over. He'll talk to you, and then I'm just gonna go grab them drinks.
I think Vulture will sit down and be just like, what just happened?
The barman appears, rubbing his eyes. Jesus, that girl. He didn't say Jesus. Solace, that girl.
Who's Jesus?
It appears that even downtrodden and beaten, she still holds a smile. What can I do for you folk? An elf and a dwarf? Well, we turn away no one here, but this is interesting. By any chance have you arrived with the recent army at our gates?
We have. What do you think of them?
I hold no care in the world, so long as they bring vengeance to my wife. The black dogs are beyond these walls. I have mind to join the levies myself, were it not the girl in my care.
Just Gwen in the background, singing.
Yeah. Beyond lies the Scarlet Waste, and beyond that is Marketh. Knights came here before you, Silver Tree lot. A week passed, and yet we heard no word from them. No doubt your captains or generals will tell you more. Know this. Black dogs are brute. They raped the girl upstairs, slit her throat, pulled her intestines out. One of my best girls. Pouring she did on the side. Why would I turn my nose up at that? But of course, guards paid no mind. Couldn't admit the failure they brought upon us by letting the black dogs through. Now what do you folk want? Questions? Ask them quick.
They snuck beyond the wall. How did they get this far into the city?
God knows. Greased enough palms, perhaps. Scaled the wall at night. Who knows? They've been harassing us for months now, but King Victor Trost is busy protecting his own boundaries. No doubt you've heard of the last garrison falling. Rumour has it... That fell ages ago. You have heard.
Okay.
Rumour has it that upon the very shores of the barren cold, a mass army is gathering. Won't be long till we're all cannon fodder soon. He takes a swig of hard liquor and pours you guys 2 shots. Drink.
And I come over with their drinks like, ha!
He steps away as... What's your character's name?
Frey takes a shot.
Gwynma.
Gwynma.
Just Gwen. Just say Gwen.
Gwen.
I don't think Vulture will immediately shot it with
Frey does.
talk of the northern wastes.
I'm gonna pour myself my own shot
true.
and tink Freya and be like,
Yeah.
down it
Cheers,
goes!
Well, Gwen, with the inn
Yeah?
closing, no doubt you'll wish to find some companions. These 2 seem right enough to take you off my hands.
Ooh!
I'm joining with the levies.
I've already got a few companions. Vulture here though. Could
Do what you
definitely
want.
use someone
The,
by your
Oh,
side.
me.
The old man, kind of buckles this rusted longsword to his hip. I'm going north to fight and avenge my wife. Keep the inn. He, tosses Gwen the keys. And he takes one of the larger bottles of liquor and leaves, slamming the door behind him.
Well, looks like I have myself an inn and 2 patrons, so I think you guys can sleep here if you want. This is kind of new for me. I kind of just sing and serve drinks and flirt. That is it. Do people sleep here? I don't even know if we have rooms. I think we have rooms.
You do.
We
So
have
you have 6 rooms, though one is filled with stains with blood.
Where's the rest of our lot?
Well, they'll be in the posher
Outside
district.
the
You're,
wall.
you're in
Yeah.
the shithole part of town.
How? So turning to Gwen, how have how has that interaction just happened? How have you got yourself in a position that you've just received the keys to property? Who are you?
I don't know. Things just fall on my lap. Luck, life. I don't know. I don't question. I just go with the groove. Yeah.
This is
Anyway.
weird.
Okay.
I bet
How
she'll
far-
love the book.
I
What was
bet
that?
she will. Yeah.
Yeah, she will.
What was that? Who was that? Hello?
Wait.
Oh,
What?
sorry, that was just me. Sorry about
Turning to Freya. She heard that.
She did hear that.
Was I not meant to hear that?
Oh no, sorry, Gwen. That was still me.
Okay, you're very weird. I'm gonna get myself some more drinks. Do you guys want drinks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alex,
Mm-hmm.
how far is the POS district?
Like, no, like 20 minutes walk.
Is there any way I can communicate with people there quicker? Or not really?
I know
No.
one way for
Only-
it.
So the only people with mobile stones is the champions of Antria.
Because I want to get... Freya wants to get Leaf and all them lot to come here to celebrate Gwen having her in.
Well,
Body
you'll have-
upstairs.
No, there's no body. The body's been removed, but
Okay.
the guards didn't particularly clean it up.
Well, no one got upstairs.
Block that room off.
I mean, you should definitely go and talk to the Lord first, obviously, but
If you guys, well, if you want the details of what's on here, there were some black dogs, and they killed my friend. Anyway, some of them died, someone killed them, and they disappeared. I would probably talk to the Lord, or maybe the mayor. The mayor kind of like does things if you pay money to him, but only if it's like good, I think. I don't know. I kind of keep myself out of politics. I just drink. But
Right.
I think the Lord would be good.
Where is the Lord exactly?
The big posh, big building, I'm assuming, in this city, town.
Fred, do you
Yeah?
think we should get some more people here?
Oh.
I think we should.
Okay, hit me.
Hit
Gwen
you?
slaps you.
Hit me. Do I get a charge of the armor?
no.
Oh.
But there is now a handprint on your face.
Yeah, it was an obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. No, would it have hit the helmet?
No, because you haven't got your armor activated.
Yeah, true. Okay, Freya, activate the armor. Hit me. It's just like it just out of nowhere.
Where? Just anywhere.
On the armor, like
the
punch
stool
the
on-
armor.
Okay.
The stool in which Voltrim sits snaps now as
Gwen is
the
like,
armor
not
encases him.
break my shit. I just got this.
Sorry, Gwen. Just give
Poor
me 1
craftsmanship.
second.
Voltrim, before you, like between your legs on the very bar itself, now that you're sitting on the floor, is a hole print where a bullet landed, and just like a massive blood stain.
Who's using firearms here?
The black dogs typically wield firearms. With
So
weapons.
underneath the bar is like
So someone got their head blown off and they fell against the bar.
Gwen,
nice.
maybe you should get a mop and bucket.
Yeah,
And we should
I do
probably
that.
clean-
Freya, keep hitting me.
Okay.
Can I start like hitting myself on the arm trying
Yeah.
to store charges?
Gwen, get the mop and bucket.
I am
and
very
another 2
confused.
ales, and then as she's saying that to Gwen, can Freya just like heat up her hand and then turn and just smack Vulture right in the chest?
Why?
So Voltrim like slides backwards along the floor and breaks one more table as he slides.
I said stop
hits
breaking
it.
things.
He hits the legs
I
out of the
just
table,
got
and the
this
top of the table
tavern.
crushes, like lands on him slightly.
Do
And
I
this
get a
part-
charge of the
Do
arm?
it
Yeah,
outside.
one charge.
Do it outside.
It's
I need another. Freya, you need to hit me harder.
Outside.
Gwen, I'll pay for the table. Get the mop and bucket, and then she turns again and smacks Vulture again in the chest.
Outside.
something about
Vulture
pins.
gets-
We just can't control ourselves.
Voltrim gets a second charge.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside. if I have a weapon on me, even if I don't, I'm just gonna then thunder punch the ground and just try and make like a giant bang outside.
So the well and cabbage patch just outside of the King's Head.
Actually, no, can I do it into the gallows? Can I hit the gallows where those people were hung?
So 4 corpses land. They splat on the floor. People start screaming and running. Like the closest guards arrive and just brandish their spears and long swords at you. He's armored! He's armed! Seize him! Seize him! One smashes you in the back of the head with a conjure.
That's not what I wanted to do.
As you fall face first.
I surrender. I surrender.
He's got a weapon!
Charge.
Just like hitting Voltrim. One slap.
Is Voltrim outside the tavern?
It was around the corner, wasn't it? Fuck.
Yeah, is it round the corner still?
One hits Voltrim and the spark goes off and a guard just cartwheels.
No, the spark doesn't go off anymore.
Oh yeah.
Where's the spark is contained?
Right, so where is Voltrim?
Outside.
Can Freya just be like, Gwen, I'll be right back? And can Freya just go outside go, I'm sorry, this is such a huge misunderstanding.
I'm never the one, I guess while I'm being pummeled, I'll just turn to Freya and go, I'm never normally the one that causes this kind of... It's just like hands are up, armor fully on.
Can Freya just usher to the guard?
Bag you and like start wrapping the rope around
you. Can Freya just explain who she is and who she's the daughter of, and this is a huge...
This guard draws a longsword on you. What do you want? Woman, step back! This is a crime scene.
Can Gwen pop her head out and be like, hello, boy?
Gwen! What is happening here? Are these people drunks from your inn?
Gwen, just tell us this is a huge misunderstanding.
This wolf has magic. There is so much going through my head right now. Explain it, Gwen.
We didn't explain ourselves to her. She can't help.
She
Quiet, dwarf. He like kicks you in the head.
Okay.
Please, you're just gonna hurt yourself.
These are some people.
Oh, Gwen, you're useless. Elf cunt. What's happening over here?
What? What
Can I run up to him and like kick him in the balls? Don't call me.
You kick him in his codpiece, like breaking your toe slightly.
No, I want to headbutt him.
Oh.
Because if he's taller. I'm a dwarf. I'm only so short.
You headbutt his codpiece, and you just now like fall backwards into the mud. Chickens dancing around the top of your head.
That was me.
Right, drag this man. Gwen, get back in your inn. I'm gonna chalk this up as you grieving. This drunkard's going away.
Well,
can you leave the elf?
Okay.
She just kind of ran out here screaming.
Become ethereal, just drift back, and then appear back next to Freya.
They rush you. Calm down. They don't listen. You've gone ethereal and disappeared and reappeared, and they pummel you into the ground again. Like 6 men are leaning on you with spears, pushing you into the mud.
Can someone please come and find me in Vulture so this can stop?
You're gonna have to deal with guys.
Bag him! They like immediately remove your helmet and put a bag over your head.
Is there anyone you want me to contact?
Freya could be like,
Vulture was being dragged away in the background.
Can Vulture can Freya get Vulture by his legs and start pulling him back?
Does anyone want me to contact anybody?
The 6 or 7 men easily outpower Freya's.
Vulture's armor is going to be like glowing white at this point.
Freya,
your helmet's now in the mud, back by Freya.
Freya, pick that up for me, please.
You're gagged and down, so you can't talk.
Mobile stones. Freya, pick that up for me.
They rip your axes and hammer off you. They take the bag from your belt.
Freya just be holding all of Vulture's stuff.
One of the guards runs over and pushes Freya. Don't get involved, elf, and like picks up the helmet. This is evidence.
Can Freya start steaming? She's like, I'm starting to get really angsty right now. Just let him go, and I will explain everything.
They've just like 6 of them have already dragged him away.
Dragging. He's very heavy.
Yeah.
Dragging.
His little legs just go around the corner and disappear.
Gwen, 20 minutes from here, huge army, elves. Disaster.
Listen, elf. Like a karma guard appears and licks a quill. Right. Let me just get this straight. We have here disturbing the peace, a brokerage of the gallows, and thus the result of 4 corpses strewn. He turns around, the corpses are being picked clean. Never mind. Bury them in an unmarked grave. A couple of guards run over. Then we have discharging an electric magic. He is uncollared and unbound. The Templar service must hear about this.
No.
What is his name? He's just staring at you.
Angel Fernandez.
Angel Fernandez. Wait a minute. He opens up a thick notebook. Starts scrolling through the papers. Angel Fernandez, 6 foot, dark of skin, dark of hair.
He's under some sort of curse at the moment.
A curse, very well. The Templars must be made aware. Angel Fernandez has been wanted for thievery, skullduggery, drunkenness, and also destruction of property. Do you
know, actually, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have lied. Mm-hmm. You are handling a king. A king!
Yes, well, we've heard this all before. I can smell the alcohol on your breath, young lady. Please step back. What is your name?
Cassandra. Ellen Knight.
Now, judging by your temperature, I'm guessing you're a fire mage.
No.
You're uncollared. Templars must hear about this. I'm assuming you've got permission to leave the tower. Very well. I'm going to have to request to see that permission, as Midland laws decree.
Actually, yes, my permission to leave the tower is to actually retrieve dwarf known as Angel Fernandez / King of the Dwarfs.
You just told me he's not Angel Fernandez, and you lied. I no longer believe the word you're saying.
I don't know who he is. I've just been told he could be Angel Fernandez or King of the Dwarfs.
You claimed you arrived with him.
No.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
I arrived with this one. This is Gwen.
Hi.
Gwen, your inn is open. I presume it is well kept and cleaned. I sent 2 men to aid in the cleaning.
Cleaned, yeah.
Satisfactory or not?
As the guards
satisfaction,
Gwen, very just like slowly just keep.
I can see you sneaking, young lady. I'm not quite done with you.
Is there anything I can do to make you forget that she exists right this minute, or
and
is this
Angel
a situation?
Fernandez, King of the Dwarfs.
I don't care about. I do.
I am not enjoying this discussion. In
fact,
if you both shut up.
How about one of these glowing stones?
You look like you need a hug. Can I give you a
stay
hug?
Away from me. Stay away.
I'll give you a hug. Hello.
He just pushes 2 fingers on her head and pushes Gwen back in the mud.
Don't be mean.
Listen,
Everyone wants a
both
hug.
of you shut up. Both of you shut up.
No, that's just mean.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up. Right, that's it. I'm chalking you both up.
No,
please stand. Like immediately these guards come over.
I want to run.
One at a time. I can't hear.
Resistance is useless.
Take them to the take them to the keep. We'll pencil this in later individually. Put them in different cells. I can't stand.
I didn't lock up the tavern.
You're bagged and gagged. See you. And they're dragged away. Meanwhile, Angel
That's like the
is
best thing I've ever watched.
Angel's riding across beautiful gold meadows, past the borders of Kirkwall. You have the ancient falcon flag lion flag of Henry behind you and House Vance, and the burning fist of Trost. Alexander rides up beside you. I've heard you're quite the accomplished knight.
Good God, man. Please, just tone it down a notch.
He removes his helmet and he's missing one of his ears. My apologies! He has this huge moustache, like almost going from, almost up in the air directly. He's a big bald man with a giant moustache.
My goodness, that is a hell of a stash.
Thank you. I appreciate your facial hair as well.
Thank you. Moisturizer.
Exactly. We have this fine oil. Let me... And he rummages in his saddlebag. Try this.
Ooh.
It's a cedarwood blend mixed with the very brightest of berries. It gives a very nice slick to it. It smells beautiful.
I will.
You can buy it in Middengard. Look for the very northern district marketplace. Tell them I sent you. They know of me.
Thank you, Alexander. I'm sure you must be a frequent customer.
I am.
So, you're a knight, I presume. What's been your greatest battle that you've ever...
I slew a wyvern.
Oh, yes?
Admittedly, and he leans in, and keep this between us, we wouldn't want anyone to overhear. Like, all the guards, like, riding beside you guys, like...
Yeah, sure.
It was a young wyvern. Still, bloody great big bugger. Took my ear off.
Well, you know, I'm quite accomplished with young wives myself.
What?
Don't worry, that sounds very impressive.
Thank you. I was knighted for it by the king himself. I've since then proved myself on the battlefield many a time. My most recent accomplishment was defending the bridge from the last garrison. Oh, you should have seen the buggers that came creaming across there. They didn't back then have the vessels to sail, you see. And when the last garrison fell and the Knights of the Silver Tree, their new lord is very big, I'm told. Burned their ships so they couldn't be followed. Well, those beings, those despicable beings that still live in the cold, barren lands, attempted to cross at the bridge. His kingship had the correct and smart idea to burn it before they crossed. We took a few of those blighters with us. You should see them. They're huge.
I'm...
You by the way, you absolutely have seen them multiple times.
Yeah.
You fought them.
Yeah. It's just a relief to talk to someone who has an aligned vision. And that is what I'm really looking forward to here between the meeting...
Yes, 2020!
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. Gonna be a great year.
In fact, I can see very far. They say that when one loses one's other senses... Wait, one loses one sense, the others are increased.
Right. I'm gonna let out a light fart. Very light.
What's that smell? Must have been the horses.
My God, you do have good senses, Alexander. But what I was trying to say is that was very noble of you, and God, I just sort of realised there's not much point trying to have dialogue with him and go. Well, great talking to you.
Great talking with you. I hope we can fight side by side against these beings that attempt to rid us of our humanity. Here, he tosses you some moustache oil. On the house.
Thank you.
And then rides to the front where Henry, Rob, and Tom are. Willow rides up beside you. If I had to listen to that man once more, I would have cut my own ears off.
Now, Willow. What have I told you about self-restraint?
Truly, if we were to ride with an oaf like him. You know, I've seen him once before. He spends more time bragging about his accomplishments. I don't think he even killed a wyvern. Maybe he crushed an egg.
He might have sat on it. You never know.
She laughs. Indeed.
I mean, far be it from us to pick our allies at this point in time. We've got more serious things to think about than the oafs who plague us. But he did say something very important, which was he fought alongside the Silver Tree. And the fact that twice now I've heard of their new leader, the large man named Daijin, who, you know,
I've met Daijin. I was there. I was there with Mentor when they arrived.
I need to know more about him. He's an ancient elf. Do people know?
I believe it is a female, and the fact that they would be Eldar, it makes sense. Their stature is almost 8 foot tall. 7 foot tall. Fully armored. I never saw their face, however, but their voice was feminine.
Interesting. And do you trust Daijin?
They seemed kind enough. They began rebuilding the fortress and even put men aside to aid Tink in the restoration of the Robin's Tower.
Well, I'm getting a bit angsty about the fact that I haven't met her yet. Technically, she sort of commands us and me.
Well, when we set off to journey to Ansia to meet you, Mentor and I, Mentor made her far aware that you would be chosen as the next leader. So she has at least heard of you.
I have a question about that. Seeing as we haven't really discussed it, how do you think that's going? Me as the captain of the Robins.
Well, you never check your mail, as Tink informed me. I know that you've mentioned my arm. Thank you for looking out for me. I never thanked you before. This feels weird.
Yes, stop now. He wasn't supposed to tell you about that.
I would say that the Robins are spread thin. We've not all been under the same roof for almost 3 years now, and it'd be nice to see everyone's faces once more, even Ash's.
Well, let's not go crazy. A few more days of no Ash is always pleasant for me.
I've heard that Clara and Ash have passed through Northsgard. I hope they're well.
That will be our first point of business. But first things first, we'll get back to base, we'll stick to the plan, we'll protect both of the kings. And hopefully things go well. Are you feeling any better?
My spirits have raised. If anyone can help me, it'll be Tink. She looks at the stump where her left arm used to be.
And just remember, I'd rather have you fighting by my side with one arm than pretty much everyone that we're riding with right now with both. And every time, like I said before, the loss of that arm, every time you look at it, you should think that that is the reason why Rykar Ultron is alive.
True. Not many people, especially humans, can say they helped a dwarf claim his crown.
Exactly. Greatest assist.
I'm only young and I've seen more of the world than many people, and I'm blessed, truly.
You're the only reason I'm alive.
I see before us Midgard, and you immediately see the giant wall, the giant walls of Midgard. These are the tallest walls in Anonsol. They tower over the city that lies within. Slightly more compact than Northsgard. The city itself stands taller and broader and is built directly onto the sea.
Have we passed the Church of Solace?
Yeah, you cut a direct route.
Oh, okay, we just skipped it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Is there anything noticeably different?
No, not really. The fields have been slightly seen to already, as farmers obviously are bringing in the last crop before winter here as well.
I'm gonna excuse me 1 second, Will. I'm gonna ride up to the rest of the leaders.
They've all kind of stopped on over a hill that's looking down into towards the city walls. You hear them like muttering.
I'm gonna listen.
So this is Midgard. Tom leans into Rob. The walls are strong here. Even with an army of 6 times what we had for Maidenhead, we couldn't take this. No, the king could hold himself up here for years. We should make do with Ansia. Henry has no plan for taking this city anyway. Let us sue for peace in Henry's name. Yes, Henry, this is a magnificent city. See how far the walls stretch. And before Robin, you ride past Rod and Tom, and you see Henry just kind of withstanding. His lion helm is raised, and he's wearing this like magnificent red and gold armor. He nods at you as you walk over. Alexander, like blustering about the city.
I want to go up to Alexander if possible, unless he's mid talking.
Yeah, he stops. Ah, Angel.
I take it that the last garrison defences occurred that way,
and I point over to where the bridge was destroyed, or he defended.
So you can only you can't really make out the bridge from where you are. So the bridge is actually its own almost settlement. It's between if you'd stuck to the coast, it's between the Midgard and the Church of Solace. Yeah. So it's much further away. Where you are now is on the very outskirts of Midgard.
I wanted to inquire about the defences you left there. against the chaos.
Yes, well, the bridge has been half destroyed. It was a sad day. One of the wonders of the world, that bridge. Spanned across the ocean itself. A narrow ocean, but the ocean itself. Kings and elven kings aided in its construction, you know. It hurts to continuously shout.
Okay.
So ask your question.
I asked, what were the defenses like that you've left there since?
King Victor Trust ordered 2,000 men remain and keep watch. They ride... Oh, sorry, Fudge. They ride continuously between Solace and here.
Alright.
We must keep vigilant should they find land to seize.
Good.
Though the raiding parties have stopped and no ships have arrived or been spotted. I believe the king wishes to talk to you about a scouting mission. Should you agree?
Great. Well, why are we waiting? Shall we head in?
Yes! And you'll begin riding down the hill and the slope towards the city.
Okay.
Its giant gates span before you, already opened. The trumpet blows. There's all these people come gathering in the streets. Guards kind of using their spears to keep people at bay. There goes a king! People are calling as Henry rides through. You're trotting through now. Obviously the 4-story buildings either side. People poking their heads out of windows. Everyone's really amazed and clapping, and flowers are going. Ancient King, peace! And where's the Queen? And booing and stuff like that. And then a couple of scuffles are happening.
Ugh, it's gonna be a tough day.
Henry trods on completely nonchalant, not reacting with anyone, as some of the Ancient Knights are finger gunning a couple of people. The Midland Knights riding beside them to show peace between two banners. You veer right or east into the more upper district of the city, crossing some bridges and passing markets and slightly larger houses now, manor houses, a couple of watchtowers, some garrisons, and then you come before the King's Castle, where it's whole fortified miniature city in itself, with a moat built in and a large wall and watchtowers. Alexander rides forwards and blows a horn as the drawbridge descends, and the 600 of you ride through into this beautiful, luscious vineyard almost. It seems untouched by the elements, and you see that there are runes carved into the wall, so it's like a greenhouse without glass. Servants pick at these berries, and some pour water into plant pots and whatnot as your horses are stabled. Come, let me gesture. Let me bring you to the castle itself.
And how
You walk.
How close are we
Sorry.
to the Robins headquarters on this? Or we just didn't have a chance to get
Other side of town.
Okay.
Almost a day's ride, basically. About an hour's ride.
Okay.
Okay, no, not a day's ride. About an hour and a bit ride.
Cool.
But it's through the city, so you'll be held up by traffic anyway. And as you enter, you pass through a sort of hedge wall almost, and the castle stands before you. It's this huge, magnificent palace. Very little remains of the days of Ragnar, the first king. That was probably been a wooden keep back then. Though there is a monument and some statues of former kings that preside over the castle grounds. The knights here are all ornate and have the burning fist of House Trost, and wear this beautiful, untouched armor, wielding spears and shields as they open the gates and allow Henry, yourself, and Rob, Willow, and Alexander to go through.
Great.
The first thing you see is the throne room, which is this magnificent. It's far more ornate than even the dwarves, and far bigger than Hammerhold's main keep. Not main room, sorry, but the room in which you guys had the party at. There's hearths either side, tables, there are servants scurrying around, cleaning things, and an empty throne. But the Alexander gestures you left, right, left, passing over tunnel, almost through windowless corridors, up at some staircases, and then finally before this old wooden door with wrought iron all around it. The king awaits. He bows and steps aside. Angel, would you wish to go first and solve your matters? When I enter, no doubt the discussions will be long.
If that's what you wish.
Alright,
He
I'll do so.
nods. As you enter, you see like a drawing room,
Bring Willow.
books. Willow is going to vote to wait outside.
Oh, okay. Fine, I'll go.
As you enter, it's like a load of books all over the shelves as far as the eye can see. You're in like the base of a tower, and all around is books and passageways up and up, surrounded by books. At the center of the room is this large map table where there's like a knife stuck in like loads of daggers dug into the map, and chess pieces lying all around, and 2 giant armchairs by a fire. A kind of withered man sitting in one, balding but fierce, with a tightly kept beard. The almost giant of a man. He stands at like 6.5 feet tall, although slender frame. He's got broad shoulders.
6.5.
6.5, yeah.
Taller than him. Nice.
He stands and looks over to you. Although, but the man he casts a very large shadow, basically.
Bold.
Angel Fernandez. He offers you his hand.
Is this... Right. Hang on. Do I recognise him?
Yeah, Victor Tross.
This is Victor Troll. First, I'll take a knee for a moment, and then stand
Right,
up,
there's
and then
no need for that.
take his hand.
From what I've heard, you've accomplished many things that Midland should reward you for. My apologies at the death of Mentor. He was a wise man, and I could have done with his counsel.
Yes, he gave his life to save mine, which I'm still not quite sure was the correct choice, but nevertheless,
Well then,
I am...
you must do him all the honor you can.
I aim to, and that is why I'm here today on behalf of the Robins. As their new
But
captain.
first, before we discuss the matters of the Robins, the man who waits without, Henry, tell me about him. They claim he is the King of Kings and a great warrior, a great knight, and an honorable man. Will Ansia wage war on Midland? Or can peace be sought?
I definitely... I'll start at the beginning. Originally, I was sent to somewhat spy, if you will, on Henry, on behalf of the Robins, and...
I know, I issued the mission myself, the mentor.
It's been a long time reporting back. I've experienced a lot, I've changed a lot, I've become a chosen one, as you may have... well, you have heard. But what I can say is the man outside is not a threat to Midland. If anything, he is an ally to us all against chaos. Now, far be it from me, it's not my place to decide between kings or suggest what you do in that regard, but what I can say is they've come here because they've gone through significant strife in every single town that he has ownership over. They've suffered greatly, they've fought even harder to win it back and to fend off chaos from Ansia as a whole.
Chaos itself has sought root within Ansia, then.
It had, but they've rooted it out. I mean, they've defended Lumbertown, they've defended Hardhome, they saved the Crag, they're still protecting the Shield of Man. If anything, if you battled against him, you would be wasting men, you would be killing innocents, and we would then all be susceptible from chaos from all angles. My suggestion is, regardless of how you do it, whether there's one king or whether there's 2 kings, just make peace, don't fight, and together we can prepare as a solidified unit.
You're as wise as your predecessor. Come, let me show you something. He walks over to the table and unravels the map and scrolls there. This is the situation of Midland. You see a knife dug into Lazarus, a knife dug into Northgard. Lake Town, he's put a chess piece knocked over. The Tower of Aziliath is like a burnt mark. And then beyond, on the Cold Barren lands, also the bridge piece is knocked over. The Cold Barren lands, he's put like the largest knife there is. My land is in disarray. For so long I was blind to the virus that had set within. A trusted friend I banished to the north, and more so now I could use his counsel. Of my lords, there are few and few between I trust. I wish nothing more than to aid Bane Tunridge with what's happening in Northsgard, but beyond the sea, the last of my scouts has not returned, Angel. Beyond, towards the Barren Cold, a fleet is being built. Last I heard, when the bridge fell, the Chaos men there have taken to making camp at what remains of the last garrison and using its half-destroyed dock to build ships. An invasion is coming. Not an army to attack or capture or raid or kill, an invasion. I know not their numbers, nor the completion of their fleet. In fact, I have a mission directly for you, Captain of the Robins. I wish for you to scout what's happening north of here, and report back to me the numbers that we face. It is a tough mission, and I cannot promise your survival, but I would trust no one else with such an important task. And as a man who has seen and fought chaos before, well, you are possibly the only one who can accomplish it. Should you do this, I will offer what resources I can to aid in your rebuilding of the Robins, though my commander Daijin has already passed that on. I will tenfold it. I will also sue for peace under your guardianship, and accept the fact that my sister died long before Henry claimed Maidentown.
That was the last thing I wanted to bring up. My condolences. And secondly, I can, well, not even confess, but let you know that I was present when that occurred, and
I know of what you
fought.
There. I've heard the stories and the reports from your man Rob. But I will speak and hear the king on this matter. We have much to discuss. This invasion will not only plague Midlands, but also Ansia. And I fear the lands beyond. I'm told a new king has been crowned amongst the dwarfs. One of your companions, no?
Correct. His name is Rykar, formerly Voltron.
I know the history. Perhaps he is the same Rykar of the old tales. But still, stranger things have happened. I wish nothing more, Angel. Know this, that I could aid Lazarus and Northgard. But if I am to remove my garrison and army, that is when the hammer will fall.
I think you're making the correct decision. We have soldiers in both of those locations. And the last thing we need is a third location to become in disarray. Currently we have a base here. A base of operations. And it leads on to my question. You mentioned trusted lords. Are there any in particular I should know about, or any in particular that you are untrustworthy of that we should look into?
I know not this Lady of Lazarus. Her father was a cunning and wise man, though I am told he was plagued towards the end. This Caitlin, what can you tell me about her? Do you know anything?
Personally, I have not met her, but my chosen one allies have informed me that she is trusted, albeit inexperienced and young. But compared to the alternate options that I heard, Reiner has gone to deal with that. She seems like the best bet in that town.
Then perhaps we are blessed. I wish I could send men. I might send Alexander with at least some soldiers. I cannot expect an invasion anytime soon, but my proposition, will you accept your mission, Angel Fernandez?
I will.
You need not leave today, but I am told and informed by your man Tink that Tomaway of the Sakura Islands. I forgot the name of it then for a second. Tomaway of the Sakura Islands has a fast vessel docked towards the Robins HQ. Perhaps she may accompany you. I promised her gold should she agree, but she says she will not go herself, and will only go if you agree to it as well. So I'll leave that for you to discuss. I'll visit you on the morrow.
Good luck with the peace talks.
Thank you. He offers you his hand.
I'll take it.
You look at the map once more and hope, against all hopes almost, that these pieces can be right.
Have you had any news from Northgard at all since you sent?
My commander arrived a week ago and journeyed north. The march to Markef is unkind. She had 2,000 strong, and I'm told Bane offered 900 men immediately and was raising a fjord. Himself, he had left a garrison of men, some 200, just north of Northgard at one of the old forts there. I'm told that they were to meet there within the week, so no doubt Bane means to leave soon, and perhaps she is unable to send communications from that garrison.
I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you kindly. The doors opened, and he gestures for Henry to enter. You kind of hear them offering greetings to one another as the door closes. Willow standing outside. Home?
It's been long enough.
Thank God. I can't stand these tough upper lip posh people. Come on.
Yes, no more stabbing today.
The two of you ride throughout the town, and it's this, well, you know what the city's like. A mixture of good and bad. People running, children all around. This is the biggest city, about like some 300, almost 500,000 people reside within Midgard. Absolutely huge city, buildings on top of buildings, massive docks, a small fleet gathered outside, and the walls heavily maintained and protected with cannons, ballistas, and some trebuchets within the city.
And Tom's gonna love this place.
But as you ride towards the more foresty side that's kept within the walls, the path becomes unneat, let's say, and becomes more like cobblestone and then gravel and then mud. You ride out of the city walls to where like the city ventures now behind, like the gates close behind you almost as you go through like a hunter's gate, going through the woods on the outskirts of town. You know that the walled settlement that is the Robins HQ and the Knights of the Silver Tree fort is there.
Interesting.
So it has its own little self-contained area within the woods, just on the edge of Midgard. The wall itself, when you were last here, was almost in ruin. Has now been restored, and there are Knights of the Silver Tree heavily like working around, clearing the old woods back away from the walls, so that no one can really sneak up on them. They like tip their hats at you, and they're all like sweaty and gross. The portcullis is raised, and you enter through, and you see that like bastion points have been built, so like choke points, and some old log camps have now been resumed. There's a barracks, a well, a blacksmith. The Robin's Tower is leaning a lot less like it when it left.
Good.
And patches and holes that you guys have blown out in your youth have been filled. So it looks like a patchwork, like the Weasley Tower almost.
The old stains, the old memories, all gone. Left a lot of
Yes,
stains.
but it's still home. Willow like gallops into the courtyard of it, and people like cheering, like, and she recognizes some of them. You probably recognize they were all there when you were last here. These ones, but
Well done, everyone. Don't worry. Angel Fernandez is home.
a cheer goes up. Angel Fernandez. Tink waddles over, taking off these goggles. In his left hand is a huge notebook, and in his belt is a series of tools.
Tink,
My child.
are you sure
Willow
you should
runs
be
over.
outside? I'm sure you haven't seen sunlight in years.
He's just hugging Willow, like lifting her up. My child, what happened? I got Angel's note. I have been building something for you. Go rest, and we'll talk on this soon. Angel, quickly. I've been dying to show you this. Follow me, follow me. Willow scampers off into the tower. As you descend, like these old stone steps, you come into this almost like an amphitheater. The mud has been cleared off, but on where the stage would be is this sealed door, basically. A stone wall before you that is clearly able to go up and down, but how, you've got no idea.
We just discovered this in the excavation, or did I know of this when I was younger?
The old tower's stuck out, and you just would play and run around, but this itself has been dug up.
Right.
Look, he descends the amphitheater steps. Follow. He gestures at where the stage would be before this door. These ruins. This is Eldar. Eldar. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this one is. Eldar. There's some sort of dialect. You can almost see the Elvish characters have taken characters from and changed it from the Eldar, and I can only assume this one before the Eldar stood, and the Eldar learnt this language. Perhaps Eldari, as Clara mentioned. I have no idea.
Seen this?
No, they left long before we discovered this. However, look at this, and then in the center is this like sun and moon turnstile thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is metal. I have no idea. I ran elements through it. I've tried to pull it from the stone, and yet this metal piece will not move. But the inscription on the very edges of it is that of the exact inscription built into the base of this brazier that Daijin and her men found in Lake Town.
These logos, they don't remind me of our chosen marks at all. I don't see that.
No. None.
Like, I mean, the one we were branded with. Like,
No. I believe what stands before us is an ancient elven order. Something happened here that perhaps we are only uncovering now for a reason. It cannot just be happenstance that the Knight of the Silver Trees commander is an Eldar. She identified that Lake Town was in need of aid. She arrived and found a brazier of elvish design, and that it just so happened to fit. Though, I must warn you, Angel, a piece of this brazier is missing. And it seems that maybe if we fulfill this piece, that perhaps this fire-keeping contraption will ignite once more. I do not know, but I am told that an high elf boy, the one that ambushed you, that he has it.
Well, that's good news, because it means we can go and take it back.
Exactly, lad, exactly.
Have you had any news at all on Neose, is his name?
No, I put out my feelers. He's a ghost into the wind. I've got no idea where he is. And I just realised I should be talking in a Scottish accent. Because Tink is a dwarf.
That's alright. Tink, I know you were putting it on just to, throw it.
Oh, aye, lad. Now listen here, lad. Right? We have achieved much. You have done a great job. But the king, he has a task for you.
He's told me.
Well then, what's your answer, lad?
I didn't really have a choice.
That's kings for you. They never give you a choice, though. Willow wrote me. Apparently, I've got a king that I need to bend the knee to now. It's Rykar Hornblower, if you can believe it. Blow's heir, perhaps. Hornblower died long before even my time.
Don't forget, Tink, I'm your king around here. And I don't want anyone bending any knees for me.
Thank God, lad.
Unless Clara comes back sometime soon.
He looks at you, laughs. Speaking of which, I'm so happy you're tying the knot. Your father would be proud, lad.
All I said was to make one. Not that I'm going to do anything.
Very well.
Like
it can't hurt to be prepared, as that's the Robin motto.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, your guests are overstaying their welcome.
Yes. I'm a very popular man, and as many people would like that, sadly it does have its drawbacks.
Tomaway is, she's got a fast bloodish boat. That thing can sail. If you're gonna go on this scouting mission, request aid from her. The king's already asked and she denied, but said she would speak to you first.
Well, are they in this building?
But you'll find them at the docks. And Angel, if you can do me a favour, can you ask them to fuck off? Because I fish at those docks and they're scaring the fish away.
Alright, I'll word it much more charismatically than yourself think, but
Thank you.
I'll do that.
Tomaway's a sweet, sweet girl, but
I have a question. You said the blacksmith was here?
yes, he's been helping me actually. He's a fine man. We'll be carving runes of creation anytime soon.
Right. Happy to hear it. Anything else I should know?
Oh, Lightning McQueen. He's taken up one of the huts that the
I want to speak
order
to him first. I have an idea, a vision.
Very well, you'll find him near the gate. He's a keen drinker, that one. If any were to stay, it'd be the blacksmith and McQueen. Get Tomaway's men out of here.
I will do. It was good to see you again.
Aye. And he pats you on the hand and
I pat him on the
walks off.
head.
He throws you a glance and walks off.
Yeah. Well, do you want to stick with me?
We'll cut back to oh my god, I don't even know. Adam, you need to go soon, don't you? We'll I'll tell you what, we'll leave it there for tonight.
All right.
I can go a bit longer because I did all the prep before the session.
I mean, I'm not even going to go to Northgard because that mess that you guys have created is going to take more than 20-30 minutes to solve.
That's a whole
So
episode in itself, actually.
yeah, we'll leave it there.
All right, we'll leave it there. But I'll go to Lightning McQueen and I'll text you what I want to happen. How about that?
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Did you guys have a good sesh?
Great session. Oh, these
Yeah, that was
bloody
really good.
troublemakers.
No, I genuinely didn't expect it out of
No,
the two
I
of
didn't
you.
expect that either. I said
What
that's
the
why I
fuck
said
was that plan?
The plan was to make a small explosion that would get everyone coming here.
In a packed city full of scared people.
Scared peasants.
Yeah.
yeah,
Scared
it wasn't
peasants.
smart.
You blew up the
Yeah.
gallows and unleashed 4 rotting corpses that were covered in cloaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my finest.
It's nice to think that
You've
character,
channeled the Reiner.
while he's not here. That was the
Yeah.
weirdest episode of Angel having really serious ventures and Freya and Voltron fucking up an inn.
Freya
Yeah.
and Voltron, that's the thing. Like a pair you wouldn't think.
And
We kind of just got sucked up by it, didn't we?
Yeah, we
I
did.
blame Gwen entirely for throwing you
Oh,
off
I
guard.
love Gwen. I think
I love
Yeah,
Gwen.
she's
I just
so
couldn't
good.
think of a
She's so
way
good.
to get everyone else to the pub because I couldn't also think of a way to
Just-
get
You could have
her.
walked.
Yeah, you could have walked.
No, because
You
well,
could have just
I wasn't
sent someone.
leaving and then coming back. Were we?
Or you could
I
have gone.
was like-
You could have gone to the better pub, the one that's not a shithole.
Yeah, but then we wanted
But
to
then
celebrate,
she
you know.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
I would
You
have
could've
come. I
brought-
would have locked
Yeah,
up.
you could have probably brought Gwen.
No.
I loved it. That was a really good session.
It was a really good session.
Yeah, it was really
I
good.
was howling when Freya gave Angel's name.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. That was good. I like
Oh, that
that.
was so good. That was so good.
That was so good. Yeah.
Nice. Honestly, it was the
Immediately
first thing
opens
that came in my
notebook.
head. I was
And
like,
immediately
Angel Fernandez.
he was so
6'3",
good, that
dark of
character.
hair.
Does he have a name, that guy?
Yeah, but you haven't asked it yet.
Okay.
It's fucking Officer Biro from
It is. It is from
Star
Yog's
Wars
Quest.
Yog's Quest.
That is a great reference. Oh my god.
Fucking Officer
I
Biro.
love paperwork.
This guy does not love paperwork.
No.
He wanted to chalk people up left, right, and centre though.
Yeah.
I need to teach Freya how to lie better. We might have to have that.
Yeah, well, I like that because he was just standing there, and Lauren actually is terrible at lying. So she's like,
I'm so bad at lying.
my name is Eleanor.
You just told me that he's not
My name is Peter Griffin. Fuck.
The funny thing is if we gave the truth, we probably would have, got more
Been fine.
leniency than if you
Yeah,
bullshitted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to
Very
think that the book
panicked.
did that, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Which you've lost again.
No, don't you fucking dare.
The guards took everything.
I have Voltron stuff.
No. As I literally described, as Voltron was being dragged away, his arms and armor and bags were removed and taken into custody.
How'd you take the armor off?
The armor
Very
they haven't.
carefully.
Sorry, the armor only the helmet, which they took off. So you're being your head is bagged and gagged, and your arms are
in the book, man.
Fuck's sake.
So,
well, it's fine because there isn't a prison cell in the world that can hold Voltron, so he'll just walk out of it.
Yeah,
it's fine. They're going to realise we're missing and come find us. You know. It's just gonna...
Now that you've told us that out of character, Alex, Voltron's going to have to roll an intelligence check to see if he realises he's lost the book.
I mean, he's back. Yeah, he's going to be lying on a cell floor with a bag over his head.
You'd have a very different reaction because I didn't know I'd lost it. I would have been extremely forceful.
Yeah. Well, it's no wonder you don't know you've lost it. You were bagged and gagged. They literally just picked you up, like 6 men just carrying you.
Well,
as you're the king of the dwarfs.
Literally, well, he didn't say anything. It was like Freya would walk me out of this one. Nope.
Yeah.
Freya just made it worse.
Yeah, and then because you had that drink, I could smell alcohol on your breath.
You just stumbled out of an inn.
Yeah, exactly. And then blew up the gallows in a well.
Yeah, because like if needed, Voltron would have just ulted out of there.
Yeah.
You would have killed many people.
I was thinking of doing that, but then I was just like, I can't set a fire because it just.
You ulting would have done. You would have destroyed the inn, all the houses.
I wasn't thinking about.
It would have been a short-lived adventure.
Using something.
Not Quinton.
Then I was like, it'd just be like with you, Alex. The likelihood is just like, it hit some firewood, and then the tavern would be on fire, and Gwynma
you would have destroyed like the flaming wall that had just pushed what remained of the tavern away, as well as people's homes.
Yeah, I was going to ask how close to the exterior wall we were, and if it was close, I would have ulted up and over.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like maybe you wouldn't have made that. Actually, you were quite far away from the exterior.
Yeah, I was fairly sure because I'd run away from the wall, teasing Freya. Because she missed Angel, which was a really cute moment.
Immediately dogged him into the police, though.
Yeah.
I miss him so much.
Right, it was Angel.
I just love, like, I'm the king of the dwarfs. Yeah, that's what they all say, just beating them. I'll come peacefully. He's got a weapon!
Like, what weapon did I have?
You had your axe and hammer tucked into your belt.
Oh, fuck.
That was brilliant.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah, it was really good.
Poor Gwen did not know what came.
I'm sorry, Gwen. I'm sorry, Jess.
Yeah.
I thought Northgard was going to end for you guys going north, not getting arrested.
In the peasant village.
Yeah.
In the peasant part, yeah.
Oh,
your father is not going to be pleased.
Yeah, that's all.
Who is meant to be here with us?
What do you mean?
Well, with you guys. Like, who's meant to come north with you, Freya and Voltron? Or is it just Freya and Voltron?
What? Oh no, they have all the they have Leaf,
elves, dwarves,
Freya's dad.
Caspian, Leaf, Freya, Dondorian Winters.
I'm not happy that I've sent Clara to fucking Northgard just on the sly. That's not good.
Well, if you'd read your mail.
I did. I tried reading it. You know.
Yeah, just now.
Yeah.
Not for 3 months.
Well, earlier you said it was out of the way. But I guess...
that part? Yeah, but there's drop boxes everywhere, except, to be fair, in the Dwarven Hold, so
I've been a busy boy. Yeah, I left there.
Been a busy boy.
Went to the Dwarven
you've been a very busy boy.
And since leaving the Dwarven thing, the first thing I've done is check my mail.
Well, no. You've ridden all the way to Maidenhead, and then
yeah, but that was like straight. But I did try.
That was weeks.
Yeah.
Well, that meme was very good. I'll admit.
Which meme?
I saw it halfway through the stream, so I didn't want to.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Is there more? Let's see. Oh god. Lauren, that gift. Poor Vulture.
Yeah. What a king. Arrives, gets thrown in jail.
That one is good. It's like Freaky Friday.
I literally just looked up at your face and you're like, what are you doing?
You're the sensible ones.
Yeah. Reiner somewhere's ear is burning.
Oh, that one's great. That was me just in the chair.
We
I was like, don't kill anyone. Please don't kill anyone. I'm really looking forward to like almost like a montage of they throw Voltrum in jail and then like if it's like 5 seconds around, every 30 seconds he just pops up next to like the guy making notes like, please, will you just listen to me? This is who I am.
Just stay in your cell.
Like, coming in with just like, oh no, I'll go back in.
I hope they don't shackle you with the anti-magic restraints.
Oh god, and now the Templars. But they're from the Tower of Oziliath, if I'm correct. The Templars.
Yeah.
The Tower of
If they overstep their marks, I will beat the shit out of them.
It was knocked over on the map in Midgard.
No, it was burnt out slightly.
Burnt out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Aren't you thinking, didn't the Templars get ruined and it's more like the Solace people that are now?
No, so I'm not. No, so the Knights of the Silver Tree restored peace towards the Tower of Oziliath and Manuel by replacing the acting ruler, Leona, who was very anti-magic, with a more restrained and peaceful man, Garion. And so there's peace there now, which is why there was no peace of on the king's map. It was just a burnt-out ruin of where peace used to be.
Because he said it's no longer a threat, basically.
Mm-hmm. Peace. The Knights of the Silver Tree return peace there.
My boys.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fun playing like semi-ignorant about this, Tom?
How so? What with the Silver Tree?
Yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, this knight in armor. Yeah. I wonder what he's like. You know, like
it's quite fun because technically I've never met.
I should know
ever, and I only just hear like random things. Who's technically like the Silver Tree sort of outranks the Robins in a way. They're like the more mainstream, and we're the sort of off branch.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really know whether if she tries to give me an order that I don't like, whether I'll follow that.
No, you can probably refuse it.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that was a really fun session, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Good.
I you guys liked it.
It was brilliant. It'd been too long. The second it starts, it's like, D&D again. I remember the happy times. Especially like the last 4 sessions in a row have been amazing.
Yeah. I'm quite enjoying this split group thing. It's slightly easier to manage, especially when everyone's like doing different things.
It gives you a break.
We're still burning down inns, though. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's still a common trait residing amongst you all. It seems.
Yeah, it's nice to know it wasn't just me and Max's fault all along. We were just hanging around bad eggs who influenced us.
Lauren's planning on drawing a piece where it's like Voltrum being like, why is it always you three? And then it's Freya, Reiner, and Angel.
I'm doing.
Not anymore. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
To be fair, Lulan's the only one who's not had trouble in an inn yet.
I would love
other than like what was started by other people.
Didn't the guy die in last episode in the inn?
Yeah.
But the inn was shut
she
down.
murdered an innkeeper.
Yeah, Cabbage Patch.
Well,
right.
Cabbage Patch.
That didn't result in multiple deaths.
That's because you killed 100% of the people in the inn.
I would love to see it all come full circle and for the final battle to happen inside a pub called the Doom of Anonsol.
That's so better. That's so better.
It's like, summon the great battlefield. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god, a bar!
Here it is, the Doom of Anonsol.
Oh, no,
it's just a fucking tavern in the middle of the
Yeah.
That's 100% something you should do, Alex.
Dead
Alex, you should
patrons
do a
come
free
back.
for all.
Yeah.
You should do a free for all where we fight each other in a pub.
Oh god.
Could be interesting to see how that goes.
Like if there's a session where loads of people are missing.
Technically, I just watched a Critical Role episode that did that, where 3 of them were missing, so they did a non-canon one-shot battle royale where everyone arrives, they don't know each other, and then they fight with their current stats.
That would be interesting to see.
And also, another thing I'm stealing from Critical Role, which I posted in the chat that I think I'm going to do, is create a Spotify playlist of songs.
Yeah, do that. That'd be sick.
Angel Fernandez, because I've already got 3 in mind, which made me laugh.
Is it song? It's got to be songs that they would like, right?
No, I think it's just songs that you think
them.
as a character reflect them as an essay.
Oh, I want to do that for Freya as well. I've got so many songs.
It doesn't have to be like Voltron picking his own songs. It's Adam going, oh, this is what... different parts of them. I don't know, you don't have to do it, but I think...
You're going to get a lot of soundtrack music on there.
That's good.
Well, Alex, what was your favourite bit, even though it's fairly obvious?
Voltron being bagged and gagged.
No, so.
Absolutely. Didn't see it coming. Another in event that I did not plan for, apparently.
You need to stop sending us there.
I would like to say I'm very glad we ran into Chess, his new character.
Yeah, I really like Chess's new character as well.
Was she always in that pub, or was she going to be in the other pub?
No, she worked in that pub.
That's cool.
To be fair, we were so taken aback by her because like she's talking and me and Adam were like, what?
Yeah.
Interactable NPC.
We didn't know what to say. We're like,
we came here to give you money because you're mourning. You are not mourning.
No.
No.
That was class.
I think I'll call
Right, first day of the job for me tomorrow. So
yeah, good luck, man.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck.
Be the king we know you are.
Exactly.
They might think
All
you're
right,
a
guys.
first
Talk to HR for hours. It's going to be great.
You're a dwarven king. Dwarven royalty.
Exactly. Alright, time to hit the hay as well. I've got a big day tomorrow.
right, guys.
Night,
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everyone. Bye. I can't stay for after chats this time, sadly.
Sure.
But, that was
I'm
wicked.
actually going to go into the office tomorrow.
Actually.
As well.
I normally
I gotta
love it.
go.